Here. Hello and welcome. My name is host Derek. This is Talking with Famous People. And here we are again. Two young lovers touching in the moonlight. Well, you know what they say. You may just be here for a little bit, but a little old man goes a long way.
You're not a little old man.
Well, that's the title of this live stream. A little old man goes a long way. I thought it was a good title.
It is a good title. It's catching.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do a couple of chores here. Just get started on the stream. Just to provide a Hi Dangleberry Sports Highlights. Welcome. So often you are number one. So, it's good to get a chore or two accomplished when you are faced with a couple of alternatives, one of them getting a chore done and the other being the whistling of Dixie. If you're like me, you don't love whistling Dixie. If you have to whistle something, you'd rather whistle something other than Dixie. That trash right there in that trash can. And then we're going to get some more woodland cutlets for the woodland friends. What do you think about that? Let's do it. Let's do it to it, as they say in the rap industry. Yeah, that is what they say in the rap industry. For sure it is. But just stop in for a second. You don't need to stay long because a little old man goes a long way. There you go, woodland friends. Some delicious cutlets for you. Celebrate the cutlets of your life. I might as well do this other chore I need to do while I'm here. That's right, I gotta clean that cat box. Is it fun? No. Does it need to be done? Yeah. Is it, in fact, my least favorite of all the chores? Yeah, I would say yes, it is. There's a helicopter. We've been having a lot of helicopter action around here. The reason I think is because they get water from over here from some sort of natural reservoir, or maybe a dam reservoir, I'm not sure. I think they get it from somewhere along the South Fork of the Merced River. Which is why they're always flying over us. to get water, you know, because we did have some lightning sparked fires the other day, so some wildfire activity going on. How much did you buy your house for? 500,000, fully furnished. $495, but 500 fully furnished, which is pretty great. We got the TV and the chairs and everything. Why am I walking out here with this? That's not where this goes. This goes in the trash can right here. So I might do some chores around here, like oh gosh, I don't know. I need to do some vacuuming. That's a possibility. We could do a little vacuuming. I could water the plants. I'm feeling a little bit like loose bowels today. Blue S bowels. Yeah, all right, sure. Let's water. Why not? Let's water. Provide the delicious wetness that plants crave. Listen, here's some water. You can now drink it up, 'cause you are a plant. It is warm outside. It's not as hot as it's been, but it's still quite warm. It's about 90 degrees. And water this plant here too. All right, that's good enough. Hello, Lori G. Hello, Rachel Strauss. Your name sounds really familiar to me. Hi, not good, Dan. Thanks. It is a nice house, nice place to live. Nice. It's not that big of a property. It's only an acre, 1 acre. So that's nice too, actually, because it's less to take care of. I'm not that good at man stuff, you know, mowing and chopping and shit like that. But, even though I'm not that good at it, you could say the following. You could say, a little old man goes a long way. Hi, I'm familiar with you, John Morant. I know your name from the professional basketball leagues, the National Basketball Association, but I don't think you're the real John Morant because your channel only has one subscriber. And I bet the real John Morant has more than one subscriber. That's what I bet. Hi, Jess Colonel. Do you have a question? Did I get this shirt from jail? No, I got it from, I believe, Old Navy. I think this is an Old Navy shirt. You ain't fuck them haters. No, I'm not gonna fuck any of the haters. I'm not gonna fuck the nice people either, but I'm definitely not gonna fuck the haters. As far as I know, if you have sex with a woman before she's your wife, even if you marry her afterwards, it still qualifies as adultery/fornication. Yeah. Should it? That's another question. But as far as I know, it does still qualify as such, according to hardcore Christians. Personally, I don't think it's the same thing at all. I think adultery is cheating on your wife, and fornication is something most everybody's fine with. But are you allowed to marry her? Yeah, you're allowed to marry her. Yeah. But it doesn't change the fact that the classification of the sex before you got married still classifies as fornication. I'm not wrong. Okay, well, if you already knew the answer, Jess Colonel, why did you ask the question? You said you need an answer. You have a question, you need an answer, but you did not need an answer if you already knew the answer. And you were just lying. What about lying? Isn't lying wrong, Jess Colonel? Okay. So why did you tell me you have a question that needed an answer when you actually already had the answer? Why did you lie? Why did you lie, Jess Colonel? My source is my butthole, Jess Colonel. Okay, well, you said you already knew the answer, though, when I told you what my answer was, which was, yes, it still counts as fornication um, if it's out of wedlock. What's my source? Just general opinion of Christians, I guess, that, like, if you were to interpret the Bible as whatever, that people would say, yeah, it counts as fornication if it's premarital, you know? Because because I'm not an idiot, Jess Colonel. I don't need to have some authority figure tell me what the rules are. It's a magical thinking frame, after all. So shut up. Get out of here. No, you said you need an answer. But you didn't need an answer if you told me my answer is wrong. You said I need a real answer. I gave you a real answer. Okay, Jess Colonel, get the fuck out of here. Because I have a better understanding of what it means to have a relationship with God than you do. That's what. Jesus Christ. Like, GTFO already. You want to hate on me for being a Christian that doesn't meet your definition of Christian so much, then just don't be around here. Sorry, I don't meet your definition of Christian or some bishop's definition. I don't give a fuck. That bishop's an idiot, you know?
Yeah, just because you're a bishop doesn't make you smart.
All it makes you is move diagonally.
True.
Congratulations, Randy. Good for you.
Congratulations, Randy.
I'm sober a little over 10 years.
Yeah.
When the last I had alcohol, you know?
Yeah, it's like 10 and a half years.
10 and a half years, yeah. It was more than a little over 10 years now. It's 10 and a half years all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It was just 10 years a minute ago, it seems like. That's the most valuable lesson I ever learned. Well, and maybe the hardest lesson I ever learned too, but don't ever cheat. Stupid beard, high diaper face, sustain off the grid.
Yes. What an entrance.
Welcome. Bienvenidos, sustain off the grid. I'm giving the straight ahead answers today, huh? I mean, like on a partner. In general, too, but in school, I'd say it's not as clear cut because if you're talking about youth prison camp, you're not there consensually, so you have no obligation to adhere to their standards of fairness or justice since you're not even there consensually in the first place. You know. So I'm not talking about cheating in school. If it's during K through 12, I think I'm not going to make any statement. Did I rip it a little bit too early? I'm going to rip another one right now, though, Andrew. So don't worry. If you wait around, it'll time out with when you want it to time out. For sure, at some point. Oh, well, I'm it's only 2:10 where I am, Andrew. So that's why that just flew right past me because it's only 2:10 here on the West Coast. Well, cheaters aren't necessarily evil, but somebody asked me what's the most important lesson I learned, and the way I learned it was by doing it and seeing the damage that it did. Was don't ever cheat on anybody. That's the most important lesson I learned. Okay. First of all, you're gonna get no sympathy from anybody, right? Everybody's gonna just be like, well, you know, you're a scumbag. Because people in relationships, in happy relationships, they understand how devastating it would be if their partner were to cheat on them. And so, you know, people tend to get pretty judgy about it. But in general, I'd say don't cheat in things, right? Don't be a cheater in things like cheating in games or anything. But I would make a point of saying that school is potentially an exception, someplace where if cheaters just want to pass the test, that's fine. You know, if your parents care a lot about your school performance, Well, it's not society that tells you to stay true to one person. It's your commitment to the other person in the relationship, you know? If you see a relationship as two people in a boat, um, then if you love and respect the person you're with, you honor the commitment you make. And in fact, in my opinion, if you really love the person you're with, you're not even remotely tempted to cheat. You know, there's no instinct to cheat, there's no inclination to cheat. It just sounds appalling and horrifying because you understand the damage you would do to this person you love a lot, you know? Right. Here, I mean, it's true that drinking goes hand in hand with a lot of bad decisions. But I wouldn't say that. Well, it's not universally good advice to tell people not to drink alcohol. Um, but it is universalizable to say that either don't make a commitment or don't cheat, you know, because you're not required to make the commitment in the first place. So if you're going to make the equipment, don't cheat. If you make the commitment and do cheat, then leave, you know. It's important. It's all about being fully informed and consenting partners in an agreed upon relationship status, right? So it's universalizable that people shouldn't cheat on their partner in a relationship because they have the choice to not commit to that person in the first place. They can say, I'm sorry, I don't want to commit. I don't want to be tied down to one person. And that's their prerogative. But if they're going to be in the relationship and they're going to pretend every day as they go home to their partner like everything is kosher, that they're keeping their end of the agreement while they're actually betraying the other person's trust, well, that's universalizable that that's bad. It fails to meet the standard of um, the golden rule, and it fails to meet the standard of the platinum rule, which is to say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, which is to say, just be honest. You know, if you're honestly you're like you want to go out and sleep around and stuff, well then it's obviously honestly the case that we shouldn't be in this relationship, and so. I don't have a whole lot of justification for getting mad at that, right? If you're honest about it, it's just the dishonesty that would be that makes it universalizably bad. We don't have a larger tree project. So, genuine love is a really rare thing when you actually care for the other person's well-being on a soul level. You would never want to hurt them. True. I don't know about the first part of that, but I do know about the second part of that. I don't know how rare it is, but I do know that when you actually care for the other person's well-being, you would be horrified to hurt that person that deeply, you know, for any reason ever. So, you know, my ex pretended to cheat to see if I get jealous. 0 out of 10, not great. I mean, pretending to cheat is horrible.
Pretending to cheat?
To see if you would get jealous.
Oh, that is not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
That would betray trust.
Yeah, that's as much a betrayal as actually cheating. Really, almost.
It's almost.
Because if you're trying to convince the person that you are cheating for a second, then you're okay with them believing you to be cheating in some sense, right?
And what an emotional roller coaster, right? To be like,
Yeah, it's torturing your partner for no reason. John, except it's torturing your partner to make yourself feel less tortured. John, hello, good sir, to you as well. Good day, and how do you do? It's a wonderful time for everyone. Let's all celebrate with a dance party. Well, Jerry Jodo, I think that's horrible, but obviously you've got your ways. Jesse Levine, that's horrible. People who, hurt people, right? People who suffered a lot of abuse in childhood are more likely to be toxic in their adult relationships, unfortunately. Well, I mean, I'm not on my first woman, Jerry Jodo, even though I'm not cheating on Rachel. It's not the first woman I've ever been with, right? She's my third wife. The point is, if a relationship isn't good enough to be that for you, then don't be in a relationship, right? Andrew, I really like your suggestion of old Daft Punk as the kind of music we would be dancing to. Although I even more prefer the suggestion of LCD Sound System. But we can't dance to those musics because then we get copyright problems.
Yeah.
The only music we can dance to is music that I sing myself. Right? Me too, Slenderman. Me too. That's a good thing to say. That's good F, whatever. It's good one kind of F, either I or E. I appreciate your good words. Maybe you need to sing this song about yourself, Jesse. It's a dancing song. You have to put in your own name instead of mine. It goes like this. Hooray for Eric Strauss. Hooray, hooray, hooray for Eric Strauss. Because he is so awesome. Let's sing this song some and we will learn of his ways. And they'll become the next craze. Hooray for Eric Strauss. Hooray, hooray, hooray for Eric Strauss. Because that he is so awesome. Let's sing this song some and he will learn his ways. And it becomes the next craze. Hooray for Eric Strauss. There.
Good music.
I'm 6'4". That's not almost 7 feet tall. 6'5". 6'4.5". I have gotten a little bit smaller as I've gotten older, so I'm gonna say 6'4.5". What am I doing in the kitchen? Just exploring, examining, looking at stuff. Why is there studio equipment back there? Back here? Oh, it's singing stuff. It's the PA. It's like the singing amplifier, Dancing Queen is the best song. Best dance song. Anybody could be that guy. The night is young and the music's high. Like that? Is that how you dance to that song? I think it's kind of a bad dance, really. I think good dances are like I like the dance where like the punk girls dance like. Do you hear what I'm talking about?
No.
They go, they do a little running dance, but they shake their hair back and forth.
See, now you got me thinking about the emo dancing crew that they're like this, and but you could put any music to them, and it looks like they're like, oh man, you totally know what you've seen it before.
You could also dance like this.
Oh yeah.
Doing the worm. Or whatever. That's not the worm. The worm's on the ground, but that's the arm worm.
That's the arm worm, yeah.
Yeah. Kick by the Ocean is a good dance song. I'll agree with that.
Even though Joe Jonas did you rotten.
Joe Jonas, yeah, he did me rotten, but that's still a good song.
Yeah, that happens sometimes, right? Like, I know I've said this, but Baby No Money's personality kind of drives me a little crazy. But his music is so good. I can't deny it. I always dance to his songs.
It's refreshing and toxifying at the same time, like a gin and tonic.
Yeah, it is.
I like Baby No Money a lot. I like his stuff a lot, but his public social media persona, which may be his actual persona, who knows, is not for me. Right? It's not direct. I'm not his target audience.
No, neither am I.
You aren't either.
No,
it's for people younger than us.
Yep, it is.
He's still playing the part of young person, being young, well in front of other young people.
He does do that.
Even though he's a little too old for it. Yeah, even though he's a little too old for it.
Yeah.
But he's still pulling it off.
Maybe that's why. I don't know.
I think 30s and 40s and 30, whatever.
Yeah. But he's very tried to be. I don't know what it is. What is it?
He's just so self-satisfied. That's what.
Yeah. Self-satisfied in that he can be however he wants to be, and.
Well, he thinks he's doing it perfectly, but he's not really doing it that perfectly. But he's doing it better than almost anybody else at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
First name maybe, last name money. My first name is Baby and my last name is Money. My middle name is No. You make a good point, Goblin. It is true. You see old people playing young people in movies all the time. Swedish people are hot in general. Okay. Take that under advisement. So far alive. Oh, Sammy story that need be told, and this is a song for an open road, and such a thing must always do its job. Married up Jeb, turned 19, 4 years and a 3 kids weaned, weary now and questioning the path. Agency outpaces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. The urgency conferred is really just oppression, making sure those underneath them always wrong. Doug at 20 thought bourbon fun, and likewise Doug at 21, and so forth, well up into middle age. What once had seemed to set him free became his whole identity. Now Doug's about another drunken rage. Agency outpaces discretion, locking in our courses, way too young. Urgency comfort is really just depression. Offer you incentive, but they have the kids. Ooh, lock 'em up with extra dexedrine. Ooh, mathematics to produce success. Or impose more unjust duress. Agency outpaces discretion. Locking in our forces way too young. The urgency deferred is really just oppression. Making sure those underneath them always run. Without consent, it's really just oppression by parasites surviving on their wages earned by lying while they feed their fear of dying. Yeah, let's feed upon the futures of the young. Thanks.
You're welcome.
If Jesus was people but absent of sin, he must then have struggled with regular men and women, of course, when they too were present. Disciples all warily eyeing the lesson. If people were Jesus, they'd know as they think, and everyone's work would be true. Feelings once spoken would sit where they sink, and we'd all know just what to do. But people aren't Jesus once they're betrayed. The easy believing forever is lost. Maybe naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. The one you thought like you never have met. The life you made for two has faded into regret. There's no one unshaken, we all have been shook, but being forsaken don't mean you're forsook. And though in the past we've been hung out to dry, we'll find them at last if we're willing to try. People aren't Jesus once they're betrayed. The easy believing forever is lost. Maybe naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. Yeah, baby, naivete is not to be saved, but the wise pay a terrible cost. Thanks, darling.
You sound so good.
Make a song. First time in California for me, sir. Want me to make a song for you, DH? Okay. It's your first time here in California, DH. You're the designated hitter for most and that's out of state. It's your first time here in California, won't be though your last now, DH. There you go, DH. You got a song just for you. Wasn't very good, but it was just for you. having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself, making sure you got clean lines. Wonderful, wonderful kitty, such a fabulous offering. And now it's wonderful kitty petting time again. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time, and wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Always clean yourself, making sure you got clean lines. But your wonderful kitty is a fabulous place I've never encountered before. And I know that I want to pet my kitty some more. Just let me pet you, don't walk away. It's petting time. Bye. There you go. That's called musical singing. Right. It was 100,000 million years ago. Time ran slow, but yet the show place the slabs below. Let them go, they will start to grow. 4 years into and tears gnashing through, a hopeless slabs come to view. Unchangingly true, eternally new. But when the slowpoke is in charge today, options at large show other ways. Take a chance now, once quick to check, but don't get caught standing on deck. The slope presents a fork, it's not easy stepping short, too far along to turn around. Perhaps the better course is headed ever north. Now there's a fitter force, enemy ground, enemy ground. My hand's tired already. It's the second night when you start to feel it's the second night when you start to feel strange and you're wondering if the range is on. Sending sparks a soar in the kitchen sky. An actual night. Is there no top to the dark up above the shelves? the chai above the sleeping forms of vivid mind figurines of Western lonely types. They lie beneath a million running suns. They're rugged and they're done with the actual night. It's the second night when you start to feel strange and you're wondering if the range is on, sending sparks of soar in the kitchen sky. An actual night. Is there no top to the dark up above the shelves where she stores the chai above the sleeping forms of vivid mind figurines of Western lonely types? They lie beneath a million running suns. They're rugged and they're done with the actual night. Meow. Are you singing along, kitty? That's nice of you. It's a little late. You're a little after the last cue. It is an LTD, yes. It's an LTD TL6. TL6. LTD TL6. Peaches come from a can. That last song was called Second Night. It's one of my older songs. Kind of difficult to play. Hard on the hand, you know. Makes my hand feel like I've been shaking hands with an arm wrestling champion. I'm going to grab this water and walk outside for a moment with my nicotine vape to experience the real experience of smoking without cigarettes. Hi, Ruben. Nice to see you. You're a swell fellow. You know that? That's right. I said swell fellow, not fart smeller. Oh, it makes plenty of sense. You just have to feel your way through it. That's what every FI person should say. Oh, it makes plenty of sense. You just have to feel your way through it. Don't try telling me I'm not making sense just because I have feelings. My feelings matter. Okay? My feelings matter too. Not just your feelings. As an FI person, you can confirm that, Goblin. Good for you. Thank you. It is warm, bordering on hot, but less than blazingly so. I kind of want to go down to the shed, You want to take a little drive to the shed? Let's do it. I need to get another one of these nicotine bases tobacco flavored. I don't really like the mint. It says it's flavor free. Oh, Acacia's here too. Hi, Acacia. I think you are a smart feller. That's right. I didn't say swell fellow. Peaches come and I can. Now you guys got me singing that song. How annoying. I don't want to be singing that song. I don't really like that song that much. It's alright, but... Alright, let's go take a trip. A trip all the way to the shed and beyond. You're going back to your nap? Alright. Feelings are not failings. Yeah. Some other ENFJ wrote, in for a penny, in for a pounding. What's my favorite soda? I like cherry Coke, cherry Pepsi, you know. I did answer your question. You didn't like it, and you said that because I don't cite a source on my opinion on the matter, that it somehow isn't an answer, it doesn't count. You didn't defeat me at all. You just annoyed me with your being stupid. Yeah, it's true that I don't have a source to cite to back up my opinion about Christianity, because I see my understanding of Christianity as being a subjective aspect of my magical thinking, Frank, not subject to your or anybody else's critique or authority. You see it differently. You don't? No, I'm going to the shed. Would you like to go to the shed with me? We're going to check the shed for bad guys. And it's like you can't seem to acknowledge that that's what's going on here, that you and I have a different frame of reference. We don't agree as to what's determinant on this question. And you were kind of oblivious about the fact that that's the point in dispute here, continuing to assert that under your frame of reference things are so without acknowledging that we're different in our frames. It's ridiculous, you know. It's just, if you want to pretend framework doesn't exist, then be my guest, but you're just whistling at your ass. So knock it off. Do it someplace else, I guess. Now let's go look at the shed. See if there's a whole biblical text in there I can quote to Jess from.
Can you pin me? Can we get down there?
What?
Can you pin me?
Sure.
Get down
Now today, instead of driving front down, turning around, I'm gonna back down the driveway. Well, thanks, Hero Lamb. It's very nice of you to say. He says he likes the sound of the little car's engine.
Oh, that is nice.
I am a little bit of a proud parent when it comes to this little wilderness car, so when people praise me about it, it makes me happy. Or praise it, I guess. I should say. Alright, now we're going down the steep hill. Too steep to walk with our legs. Ergo, we must use the little wilderness car. Alright. Now let me pin Rachel. She got...
1, 2.
This is a red clover.
Yeah, that's your birth card.
Well, you know.
7 of clubs.
I hate to tell you and this jewelry designer, but clubs are black, not red.
All?
Hmm?
All clubs are black?
Sure, clubs and spades are black cards.
That's right.
And hearts and diamonds are red.
There was a black version, but I was like, I wear black so much it won't show.
And you got I like that it's red. It's like a cognitive trip, you know, like you expect it to be. You got a red spade too.
Yeah, it's the red.
You want me
group.
to put another one of these on you?
Yeah, I was thinking because like
one
for
gold
me,
and
one for because I'm a diamond. So you, me, and a star.
Who's the star for? Us?
Yeah, us. It could be over us.
Okay. There you go. You look like you should work in Vegas.
Ooh, I like it. Nice job. I didn't know how to place them, so you did a good job. Wow, I never realized how much mowing would actually have to be done here.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not complaining. I don't.
Well, I ain't seen any bad guys, but I do see perhaps burgeoning waspy area in here. So I don't want to get stung by any wasps. Whoa, yeah, there's wasps coming in and out of here. I'll have to figure out where the wasp nest is. It appears to be over there. I see it. Wait, Leia, I see it. Wait, Leia. Here. Well, you know what, wasps? You're gonna have to wait for till later for me to get some either poison or fire to get you.
Yeah, we don't want the wasps.
No. We don't want wasps in the shed. Although, presumably, the wasps would keep out other bad guys from the shed.
That's true.
Nobody's gonna want to stay in a shed that's full of wasps. Except maybe other wasps. Oh my God, am I using the sun without your permission? I'm sorry about that. Do I owe you something? Is there, can I get on like a monthly rate for using the sun? Yeah, so I just recently finished patenting the sun. And everyone's gonna have to pay me now every time they use any sunlight. Pretty good deal for me.
Yeah, it is.
Not such a great deal for everybody else, but you know. Do you think there's a society where they're so advanced and authoritarian that a select group of technocrats owns the sun and charges all these individuals on the planet to use it? I had a wasp in this stream, so I have to have sunlight. Where there is sun, there will be wasps. I didn't know that. Sure, let's get into four-wheel drive. Let's be badass and go four-wheel drive.
Whoa.
Woo. Let's do it. Now we're going to go right drop. You'll see this is a steep hill. I'll show you how steep it is. Wow, that's steep. It sure is, Bob. Absolutely, Doug. This is one of the steeper hills we've seen a little wilderness car climb in a long time. That's some commentary for you on the steepness of my hill. Next, maybe I'll write a poem about it. How steep is my hill? As steep as they get. As steep as the sky, as steep as your neck. Alrighty, here we go. We are back here in the garage where we belong. We've checked the little wilderness, the shed for bad guys, and in fact, we found some bad guys. We may have to go back there later and slay the dragons. Sorry to Lou if she's in attendance, and if she doesn't like dragons being slain. But wasps are like little flying insect dragons. And unfortunately, if they're clinging to a structure of mine, they need to be slain. If they want to make their structure out in the wilderness, that's fine, but they're not going to make their house in my house. What's up with this meme, this English or Spanish meme? I don't get it. I should Google it. What's the deal with the English-Spanish meme? Don't you hate it when? And have you ever noticed that? I have. I'm Andy Bruni. I feel something here, but then I don't feel it when I put my finger there. Well, where is it? All right, that's fine. All right, friends. You favored few in attendance here are the special ones, okay? That's why I'm gonna... Oh, do I have to... God owns the sun. Makes sense. It is his work product. And he wasn't, hired to produce that work product, so that would make it his property. Unless he was hired by somebody else, in which case it could be owned by somebody else. What's for lunch today is a brisk iced tea. And I may get into the second half of my burrito that I got earlier. It was a burrito for well, you don't have to pay for water. You could have a well, you know. A lot of people do have wells. It's just that digging a well isn't cheap, and maintaining a well has costs, but you don't have to pay for water. I'd rather pay the $600 a year for unlimited water from the water tanks than have to deal with a well, personally. The only reason nobody's seen it, Diamond, is because obviously you can't look right at the sun. You go blind. That's what happened to Helen Keller. Little known fact. She could hear fine until one day when she went to watch a solar eclipse, went blind, and then accidentally stepped on a dynamite plunger. They exploded dynamite too close to her ears and that made her deaf. The rest is history. Do I think the world is round or flat? I think it's mostly globular, like a globe basically, but not exactly a globe. Grandma Daisy says I look homeless, but I'm not homeless at all.
No.
Grandma Daisy says I look homeless, but Grandma Daisy is wrong.
He's not.
Yeah. Hi, pumpkin pie. It's me, Jason. You left me in bed. You left bed last night without a kiss goodbye. I'm hurt. Carl at the bar told me you stream on YouTube.
What a story.
That's quite a story. Yeah. Problem is, number one, I was here all night last night. As I am every night. Number two, I don't drink alcohol or go to bars. Number three, I don't know anybody named Carl. Number four, I don't know any Jasons. And number five, I ain't your pumpkin pie.
Ooh, he said it.
At best, I'm rhubarb for you. Ramen lover. Ramen lover? I ain't got no ramen for you. Grady Wilson is stoned. Well, good for you, Grady Wilson. No, I'm not going to sing a song about that. That's gross. God, it's staying off the grid. Don't be Gross Yvonne Stinker Butt. Nobody wants Gross Yvonne Stinker Butt at their house. Being gross, stinking off of the butt. The thing is, let's improve this for me. Okay, let's do that. Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. Oh no, how long? Mama, 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 mama.
It's true though that song has at the end like too much se. I mean Annie. Yeah, like it was kind of perfect as a short song.
Yeah.
Because it's
put in
quirky.
Like needless weird stuff.
Yeah,
it just makes it not as good.
But when you're an artist, you don't like to compromise on your art a lot of times. As you see with Johnny and
they're not, the thing is, they think they're not compromising on their art. They are compromising to their subjectivities.
Mm-hmm.
Acacia introduced us to that song.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It is a good one.
It sounds like an INFP kind of song too.
Well, I mean, in large parts, it sounds like an INFJ song in its purity,
Oh. And you think the any
Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. Me to the rescue. How long? How long? Ma 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 ma.
And then to change it to you to the rescue.
So I mean, in that sense, it's like because of its simplicity of lyrics and repetition and kind of like
that's true.
Kind of like archetypal melodic thing it's got going on. I think it has that quality of being like INFJ, but the fact that it has then that weird unnecessary NE stuff, it could be a function of it's a band where multiple people are making decisions.
So, yeah.
Or it could be a function of the person not trusting their NI, like say an NTP wouldn't trust their NI very much. ANTP would be more likely an INTP to get the NI of it, but then somehow not trust it.
That honestly, that makes more sense to me, because like when you compare it to like LCD Sound System, I mean, he's so wordy. Like when I do karaoke to their songs, I'm like, oh my god, like I forgot this doesn't translate well to karaoke because
You got to do it as well as he does it.
yeah.
I think that the best explanation is actually that it's multiple people in an ensemble making decisions, and it's the compilation of their decisions.
Yeah, Corey's.
You know, art by committee.
Corey, I mean, like Corey is like right when he says like LCD Sound System is like the James.
Well, because he's the fucking talent in it. He's the conceiver of shit, right?
Right. That's why I don't see any problem with it. And in that band, it's like it seems like they're okay with it. Like they're like the
only that band pulls it off. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like there aren't any other bands that pull that shit off. But LCD Sound System does.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't find many people that even like talking about them. It was really sad to hear that I met an INFJ who likes LCD Sound System and I couldn't talk to them about him.
Well, that's because his soul is so poisoned. It's just rife with pain and envy.
Yeah, it really is. I hope you don't mind. I was talking to, we don't have to talk about it.
That's fine, if you want.
I was just saying that, what the heck? Here's how Scarlett Johansson reacted to her husband's Colin joke about her body. You wouldn't make jokes about my body, would you?
No.
Oh my gosh, I feel like that's like, you don't touch that.
No, I wouldn't.
Even if it's like positive, like that's like objectifying.
I might say positive things about your body. I do sometimes.
If it's a positive thing, then yeah, my wife.
I've said on multiple occasions, as
That's true.
As prime cat as prime cat gets,
Thanks.
Magic mushrooms temporarily dissolve brain network responsible for sense of self. Huh.
What do you think about Elon Musk moving? Say good riddance.
Yeah, I think he's smart to move there.
Yeah, Texas is more of a, if he has like these like.
He doesn't want to pay California state taxes and stuff, Congress accidentally legalized weed 6 years ago. Huh. Interesting. It doesn't seem like there's much of anything on tonight. What the hell is a weenie choker? I don't know what a weenie choker is.
It's either one or two. Well, there's like many things that it could be.
I don't know what a weenie choker is. Did I just break out of jail? No. I look autistic. Mike will kill you. That's an interesting last name. Mike will kill you. Is it pronounced like that? Is it pronounced will kill you? I've never heard that as a last name before. Oh, weenie chokers or tidy whities? You mean bun huggers? Weenie choker? Nobody would want to wear a weenie, something called a weenie choker.
Yeah.
That's not an enticing name. What about bun huggers? Then you're enticed, your buns are going to get hugged. I made the intercourse at my wife earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very sensual time. Hi, Barat. How's it going? So anyway, the proper name for briefs is not tidy whities, it's not weenie chokers, it is bun huggers. To help you remember it like this. Just like guns, just like holsters holster your guns, underwear is for hugging your buns by bun huggers today. No, I do not, Mean Bird. I do not have any such pills, nor any such need. It is Mangeray, huh? Well, I just decided, I guess after we moved here, after my whole life not wearing since I was a little boy, teenage from now till then till now, I have not worn bun huggers. And when we got a pair, I'm like, you know what? I want to get some bun huggers. And I did. Sometimes I wear them. I'm not wearing them today. I'm wearing boxers, but sometimes I do wear my bun huggers. My hugs, I call them, I figure I no longer have any need to preserve any fertility in my sperms, so let them die, I don't care. I'm not trying to make any more babies with them. So now that we discovered that there are wasps, we have a waspitorium down there or a waspitorium inside the shed. I'll need to deal with that. I don't need to deal with it necessarily right this second, but I am going to have to get that. Say, get out of here, Baldy, to all of those wasps. Everything around here is looking healthy and happy, which I find, gratifying. We should get decent harvest from these by the time it's all said and through. They're getting pretty sizable, not huge, which is also kind of good. But should be sufficient for our head for quite a while, I would imagine. It's interesting that in one of these 4 holes, I've got 2 plants planted right next to each other. Like the seeds, they sprouted in the same little cup right next to each other. And so they've been growing right next to each other since birth, And the 2 of them together have made one plant the same size as each of the other plants. Because they've been growing so close together from the get-go, they're both like half size. They take up 1/2 of the space. They don't seem to be competing with each other, but sort of living cooperatively. Weenie is a curse word that refers to a man's crotch dangle, I believe is the correct scientific word for it.
Crotch dangle, yeah. Weenie can be a bad word, if you call someone a weenie.
Well, it's better than calling them an Anthony Weiner.
Oh, that is better.
Yeah, you don't want to be called Anthony Weiner. Before he was just a guy with a silly name. Now he makes the name Weiner even worse to have than it was before, which you wouldn't have thought particularly possible. I've not seen Taxi Driver, no. This question is for men. Briefs or boxers?
What about boxer briefs?
Which male underwear? That's what I'll say. Which male underwear? And then I'll put down here briefs, boxers, boxer briefs, Commando. Well, I guess if you're a chick, you could pick the one you like to see on somebody, maybe. I didn't make a lot of clarification as to who should answer the question.
Yeah, because I don't think I can really answer that.
I'm familiar with Al Capone and his life a little bit. He was an Italian-American gangster who moved alcohol during Prohibition. Ew, don't go commando, says Barrett Sizzler. Well, I usually don't. I almost always if I'm standing up, I'll put it through the hole if I'm going into the sink, but I pull the whole package out. I'm not bringing just the wiener through the hole, okay? I'm bringing the whole 9 yards. So, string tanga is the obvious answer. I don't know what a string tanga is. Sounds like it might be a flavor of drink. Crossed with a subatomic theory. A string tanga is a type of underwear that connects the front and back of panties with thin strings. Ah. Do you know what that was, Rachel?
What?
A string tanga?
No, I don't. That's what it is?
It's a type of underwear that connects the front and back of panties with thin strings.
That.
Like that.
So do you want me to wear that? I mean, why wear that?
No, I'm not suggesting.
No. No, you don't want me to wear that.
No,
right?
I just looked it up because Goblin mentioned I didn't know what it was.
Oh.
I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, why wear anything at all? Like that looks like why wear anything at all? It's only for the guy, really, right? At that point, it's so mini. There's nothing there. It's a cloth. It's like a napkin.
Yeah. I don't know. Why did they ban alcohol in Prohibition? Well, there was a very active and inspired prohibitionist movement in the country. Women had, not that long ago, gain more of a voice in politics, and that's where they went with it. You know, it's one of it's this incredible demonstration of how things have changed, right? Like they wanted to get that done, they had to pass a constitutional amendment to give the government any authority over the matter at all. We don't seem to operate with as much rigor as we used to regarding such things. Mankini, I've not heard of that. I'm not. I mean, I think I've heard of that, but I can't really picture it because why would they wear a top at all?
Or I was famous for wearing a banana hammock.
But what's a mankini?
I don't know.
Does it have two pieces?
Yeah, is it a top too?
Well, prohibiting things doesn't necessarily make them more popular. Prohibiting things that people want, regardless of whether you prohibit them, like being able to pay for sex, drugs, gambling, other vices, right? There's a specific class of thing. People don't find that prohibiting murder makes it more appealing because obviously murder is an actual crime against a person, right? It's violence against another human being. So prohibitions of murder don't make murder more popular. But there are instances where prohibition of certain things will make it more popular. For example, there's a buzz going around California that maybe they're going to ban, or maybe they already have, and it's going to be like graduated in or something, and it'll take effect at a certain point in the future. That they're going to get rid of certain kinds of gas powered power tools. So you see signs up saying, "Get your gas powered tools now while you can. We've got all the gas powered meows. Get it, get it, get it." So at least in the short term, it's probably making it more popular, and even in the medium term, it's probably making it more likely for people to be using those things. Only in the long term, probably have a positive impact. You know, it's like the opposite of grandfathering things. It's saying like, okay, well, we're going to sunset date the permission of this for all sellers, rather than say we're going to sunset the usage of it except for existing owners, or sunset, like in this case, the acquisition of it potentially. And then those people there'll be a burgeoning market of gas power tools on the state lines, like in Arizona and Oregon, or, you know, various parts of the state that are close to something else. My name's not Cole, Jack. Shut up. Don't spam. That's not why people ban things, actually. There are legitimate, like, public health and well-being concerns regarding just, say, rampant, fully facilitated acquisition of all substances by all people at all times. It's reckless, you know? Like, we don't want to make it super easy for people to get, like, poisons, like hardcore poisons like cyanide or whatever, because you don't really need that for anything that's not super shady. And that's why they make those things kind of hard to get. And I don't think we should object to that particularly. I would like to see there be what I'd like to see is there be a less reckless, less wholesale approach to it than would be indicated ideologically one way or the other. there are drugs that nobody ever has any access to that like the government's made that are ultra powerful psychedelics that last for weeks and shit, you know. You don't want those things to be made widely available or easily gotten. I'm not saying it should be impossible for an individual to get it, but there should be a variety of scaled. I mean, that's why we have scheduled drugs, right? I don't think that the drug scheduling in America works particularly well. Maybe it works somewhat with prescription drugs to put a counter pressure on people abusing prescription drugs too much. But as far as the illegal drugs, I mean, the popular ones, it's almost as though society's better off making the ones that people like available through legitimate means, especially given the fentanyl stuff, how there's fentanyl and everything. And it is the case that people are dying all over the place from fentanyl. I mean, I probably would have thought, oh, I'm sure this is exaggerated somewhat. Being an SI type, I was highly swayed by actually knowing somebody who was found unresponsive on the floor from smoking fentanyl and had to be brought back to life, you know. Knowing somebody personally for whom that happened that I didn't even know he was into this shit, you know. So that is probably getting me to overweight the legitimacy of those concerns. But it seems as though it's a more overdosable drug than heroin and other past such scares by a substantial amount. And
it's almost like even if you're curious to try it, that you can have an overdose. Like, it's crazy dangerous.
Yeah. So, and then the idea that street drugs are being adulterated with that stuff, that's additional reasons to make things that aren't that stuff more reasonably available.
Legal, yeah.
Yes, the pharmacy did come through. Winston's mom, and with fine alacrity and everything.
Yeah.
You know. Staying off the grid, will you stop being like a 12-year-old boy all the time? You're gonna sing a song about farts. Jesus. I wish there was a country called Fartistan, where the people who lived there were the farts. Talk about how the crack epidemic destroyed the black community in the U.S. I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that don't do crack. It's a ghetto drug. Then we could talk about the farts. Then I'd be willing to sing a song about the farts. The farts are people with troubled history, rural and good. Here we see indigenous fart people weaving their native prayer fart rugs, woven of the finely woven hairs of the alpaca, combined with a local form of silk found only in this remote portion of the Indies. The fartish people sit day long, squatting over their fart rugs, doing their weaving chores. It's the country of Fartistan. Or maybe it's Fartigway. It's Fartigway. It's in South America somewhere in the Andes. It's a small, little-known country of Fartigway. Fartisan rugs. Fartisan hand-woven rugs. Yeah, you can sell those at, what's that store called? Pier 1?
Mm-hmm.
That has like world objects.
Yeah.
And then I think there's another one called World Market.
I don't know.
It's like
I know
it's
Pier
like
1.
Pier 1, I think. Yeah. I'm hoping to see Fartigway make the World Cup this year for the first time ever. Can we sing Gregory in Disguise? We have a request, Rachel.
Yeah, sure.
Are you down to sing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me just let this pants fire go out. I'm putting out my burning away these little strings, you know. Yes, I watched that and
That was sad.
it was sad, but it was also, I want to just give props to the Spanish player who was not the goalie, who headed away that last shot by England. That was amazing. What an amazing play he made. You got to give that guy mad props. He saved that final for Spain. All right, so let me go on the other side of you because the guitar points that way.
Okay.
You can get in front of that if you want. It's fine. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Covers his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive. Covers his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that
He's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies. Wants to confront the men. Always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied
the chance to get at them until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach upon the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, covers his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, covers his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's
Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies. Wants to confront the men. Always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied
the chance to yell at them because he's Gregory in disguise. So there it is. You want to do a cloudy day while we're here?
Yeah. It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we run out of time. Troubles past, struggles still to come. The day is nearly done. Someone buy us some more time. grade.
We both did a swell job.
We did.
We deserve plaudits and laudatories. Well, that was fun. That was nice. So I've got an interesting thing I got at the store yesterday. This is a map of all of the wilderness roads around Mariposa.
Oh, wow.
So, it's an old school map. And I'm looking forward to seeing some things on it that maybe I can visit in the little wilderness car. And I'll probably have to like draw a line on this to see where exactly I'm going, you know. I'm trying to figure out where I am here. Here's Sweetwater Ridge. The Sweetwater Mine is back here. Here's Heights Cove. So here is Heights Cove Road. Here's Mariposa Pines. Here's where we are. So now, in theory, this Heights Cove Road goes out all the way down to Indian Flat Campground, which is along a hiking path, I guess. Red single track. What's dual track? Okay. So we can do dual track, or any kind of dual track is legit for us. But well, this kind of dual track is not. But narrow dual track, wide dual track, then there's minor and major, which are places where they're highway legal and off highway legal. So they got all these. This is really well legend, right? So it tells you all this different distinctions it makes, because we need to know all these distinctions. So I figured Buddy Cat, it's named after Indians from India, so it's not racist. Okay. Right, here we are. Where's the Jersey-Dale Road? Jersey-Dale Road goes... Oh, there it is. Okay. So, what does the red single line mean? Major road, I think. On a single track. There goes our helicopter again. All right, so I'm looking here where I can go with this road from here. Well, I see, I can go way over there. And this is this kind of road, which is, it's a major off road, which is, okay, that's the road I thought it was. So if I take this road from here, I end up going nowhere in particular if I go down, which is why I always end up going up here. And I go up around here comes Kirby Peaks here, Roundtree Saddle, Crow Peak. This would be a fun outing for, I don't know if Rachel's gonna want to go on this, but generally speaking, I get good reception along this ridge here. Actually, probably really show you what I'm looking at. What is Gregory in Disguise about? It's about a guy who he wants to yell at some people, but they keep avoiding him, so he gets dressed up in a disguise and to sneak up on them and then yell at them. Right, so let's take a look at this with me putting it down and putting the camera so you can see it and everything. Okay. Actually, maybe I could do this. Maybe this will work fine. Because we could plan a little outing right now if we wanted to. Like I said, I think Rachel's not in for this big of an outing. But
are you gonna go with the little wonders in the car?
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not that down for that. That's
Is
fine.
that okay?
That's totally fine. Because I'm going to go down here to... So here we are. Okay. Mariposa Pines. See the Mariposa Pines there? That's where we are. Now, if we go down a little bit to where it says Jerseydale Campground. See here? Jerseydale Campground. This dotted line that goes along Footland Ridge down here. Kirby Peak. Saddle. Crow Peak. And then there's, I guess, a campground here. And if you take that all the way across, I believe you can take it to, Wawona, which is, where's Wawona? Is that is that inside the park where we saw that performance?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, look at this. What's that yellow G there? You take this road here as well, I think. Does that qualify as a road? Let me look at that. Yeah, it's minor. That qualifies. I drive all the way over here, Crow Peak. And then to this campground, maybe. But if you keep going this way, eventually get to this. What kind of a road is that? That's highway legal vehicles only. So you have to stay this on this part. There's no way into the actual park except through these highway legal roads. You can get very close to here. You have to walk from there. They don't let you get into Yosemite through the mountains like this. Interesting. I'm tempted to make a run at this, either Roundtree Saddle, which I've never quite gotten to before, or Crow Peak, which is a little past Roundtree Saddle. Where's Fish Camp? So, looks like you probably can't quite make it to Fish Camp without getting on a highway legal road only. Is that what that Donna one is? Oh, that's amazing. Well, you could take that, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's highway legal. Well, so this is quite the interesting map, obviously, that we've got here. And fair enough, Goblin. Fair enough. It's fine. If I do go do that, I know what I'm going to go do now. I need to make a little line on it with a pen to mark the path of my outing so I don't, if I am going to do this, I'm going to come up here, Footman Ridge. And to Roundtree Saddle. Okay, well, I marked that on there with the pen. Makes it a little easier for me to spot it. Well, it's easier for you to spot it, or not. You know what, Natasha? Maybe on this one there is no correct answer. Maybe this time everyone gets to be right. Wouldn't that be lovely? So yeah, we've been quote unquote enjoying an uncharacteristic sound of a lot of air traffic over our house for the last several days. Presumably still linked to the wildfires, although I would imagine they have them all put out by now. I think what I'll do, I'm not going to water it right now, but so that I don't forget next time I go to water, I will put down the fertilizer pellets now. Are these the ones I used last time? Yeah, I think so. Wee. Smells like strong when you open it. Nobody likes any strong smells. Let's go over to these ones now. Well, yeah, I guess I could water again. I don't feel like I'm really at any risk of overwatering. It's been so hot out and they're getting pretty big. With the lock. Yeah, there he goes with his hose. Definitely more fire stuff. Oh, there's the lock. Well, we'll see if they get any more vim and vigor in their step with the addition of some fertilizing agents. Good job, Eric. Way to accomplish even more important things. I found the lock too. It was on my belt loop. Here in the shade it's pleasant, in the sun it's a little warm. No mask, appalling. Turns out COVID's fine now. Never mind, everybody. Actually, it's fine now. Oh, it got a lot better than yesterday. It's like not bad anymore. But yesterday, it's like death. It's a death. Keep your laws off our bodies, except for our mouths, which is fine to tell us to cover with a mask. Alright, next thing I need to do is eat some antacids, because I've got a bit of a stomach acid problem going on right now. Not unusual for Adderall to contribute to that. So. Pretty cat. Look, a vaccine obviously is defined as something that prevents you from getting a disease. So, if you were to get a COVID vaccine, obviously, you would not get COVID. Biden was right. What he didn't mention was that no vaccine for COVID existed. Well, now that it's not then, it's probably better that more people get it because it improves immunity. Back then, though, no. Listen, all you helicopters. None of you better not crash into my house. There's my water. If by eating an acid, you can reduce the stomach acid heartburn feeling you have, why not go ahead and do it? Why be hard on yourself? Why make your life more difficult? Just go ahead and eat those antacids and enjoy the fruits of their benefits. Madman in my visions, the trees love you as well. People in the astrology sphere say when Mars and Uranus have a rough meeting, when they have a regular meeting, there will be rough change. Yeah, mostly fir trees, cedar here. This is a California live oak tree. There's a regular oak tree behind that. That's a pine tree in the background, but cedar in front. We have fewer pines than, say, firs. Like down here on the hill, right, there's all these grand firs. The reason we in general have fewer pines around here is because there was a certain bug a few years before we moved here that killed a bunch of pine trees up here. I'll tell you what I'm actually inspired / inclined to do right now is record some music. You know, I've been thinking about how I ought to formally publish my songs so that, you know, they come up like as mine. Nobody can steal them. But I kind of felt like, well, maybe I should wait until I record it. Oh, I got it bad. I was looking in the wrong place. It was right there, but I didn't show it to you. Like, Rachel and I could re-record one of the 2 songs that we sing together regularly, you know, and with the intent of recording for publishing formally. Certainly a plausible idea. Or we could try something I don't have recorded yet, such as, well, apparently only those helicopters can prevent forest fires, pretty cut. If I was able to prevent them, then I would say, get out of here, helicopters. You're making loud noises for no good reason. Chandra says, where am I? I am in Mariposa, California. I might start recording music here, and then probably that will lead me to end the stream in fairly short order, but I'm going to get a little set up here first. I'm turning the air conditioning back on to get it cold so that when I do record, I can turn it off so I have no fan noise. Oh, it is on. Okay, fine. I guess Rachel wants to turn it back off. So, all right, enough of this. Now, it doesn't look like we're moving to Hillman, Michigan anytime soon. You forgot if it was square or conjunct. Maybe it was conjoined squarely. Then it would be both. No, I don't plan on prank calling anybody at all. I am thinking about wrapping this stream up so I can record music, but I might start that process a little bit before I wrap it up here. See how we go. Okay. The thing is, let's say I were to do Wonderful, Wonderful Kitty, it would be a song I've never recorded before. I don't have a recording of. It's kind of like next in line of things to record. I could do that, but I need to figure out what the drums on it are, you know. Hi, Jordan Ryan. The cops are looking for me? Why are they looking for me? Do they have some stolen property of mine to return or something? If so, they should just come straight to my house, you know. I'm not hard to find. I'm where I always am, sitting at my house. You know. I see, we got a problem here, huh? Okay, well, let's do this then. Country living, I'm country living too. sounds like the cops are after me, huh? With all these helicopters flying overhead. But that's just because CAL FIRE spent $288 million on a dozen helicopters. Well, they may modeled after military block. I just saw one of those. It's got the two double things on top of it, right? But it's got a chubbier bottom. I guess because it holds water. If the cops are sending helicopters to look at me, boy, they really need to learn how to drive their car to my house. You know, I mean, just, it's not that difficult, all right? Okay. So, let's start with one channel recording. But no, actually, hold on. I need to figure out what the drums are for whatever it is I'm going to do first. Or at least the tempo. If we're going to do wonderful case should be straightforward enough. That's the tempo. Wonderful kitty. I put in here tap tempo. Wonderful kitty. Having wonderful times. Always cleaning yourself. Making sure you got clean lines. 88 beats per minute. Okay. 88 beats per minute, huh? Can you change the title to Wonderful People? Dude, how do you not know there are giant fires all around you? It's firecopters. There aren't giant fires all around me. That's the thing. I know they're firefighter copters. That's why I said it would be ridiculous. They're definitely firecopters. I drove out and took videos of one of them. I was hoping to get it scooping up the water, but I couldn't see all the way down there from where I was. But I got a really close view of it coming to get water. They're going to the South Fork of the Merced River to get water. And then they fly back over. But there really aren't that many huge wildfires around me. There were a few lightning-caused wildfires within fair close distance to me. But in terms of fires around me right now, I'm surprised they're so active because, you know, I'm just not seeing it. There's a couple up near Sonora, which is quite some distance from here. You'd think they'd get water someplace else than here, way up here. And then there's a couple way down, like deep in Madera, like basically close to Fresno. So I don't know. It's like the shearing fire. It's quite some distance from us, you know. It's a big fire, I guess 528 acres, relatively big, not that many acres considering, you know. And it's 96% contained. And where's Mid Pines? And it's just like super far from us. And it's way up in Sonora County. So, I don't know. There's a lot of wildfires in LA area, or, you know, around Bakersfield, Tehachapi, that kind of area. Not really so much where we are. I guess they're just taking the water further away than I would expect. That must explain it. I guess helicopters can go further than I was thinking. Oh yeah, I'm not complaining about the helicopters. I'm not complaining about them going over my house all the time either. I was just making jokes. You know, they happen to be going over my house because they're going back there to get water. Yay, more power to them. Thank God for Cal Fire. You know, I live right smack dab in fire country, Mariposa. So believe me, I'm not trying to talk any shit. No, I'm not changing the title to that pretty cat. All right, now I may be even ending the stream soon, but I may just end up doing this a bit with people casually. There's not anybody here anyway, so there's only going to be 10 people there. I might as well be fucking around. Well, I might close it out anyway, just for the aesthetic indications. All right, so 88 beats per minute, which means I need to make a what track? A rhythm track. 88. Okay. So let's play that. And then yeah, that's about right, tempo wise. So I guess I'll have to put on headphones to do that. I don't really have to, but I'll be able to hear it better if I do, you know. Too hot. Okay. I don't have to plug in really. I could just turn this up. Okay. Turn it on that one even. Turn that down all the way. Why do I not hear anything? Oh, there. That's too hot. Still sounds a little hot. Let me go up here again here. Alright, that's about right levels wise. Now we're going to pull up this over here. Okay. Now, make this 75%. And go down to this thing here. Do full screen. That should be fine. All right, now bring this up. Put this at yeah. Bring this up. Okay. So that's fine. Let's see if, I mean, that's fine for first take. Let's see if it lines up. Of course not. So we're going to want to make that line up. And figure out exactly how much it takes to line up. Well, that seemed like the right amount to chop. What is that, 370? Could be like that. Assuming that's exactly right, which there's no reason to assume it is. No, I mean, well, this one, I mean. Yeah, it's a little too much. So a little too much. Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, okay, that's about the right amount. So it's going to be 333. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is play along with this with another guitar track. Undo. And forgot again. Okay, so. No, I'm gonna have to play without this one. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4. How it goes to start. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that's fine. Here we go. That really good. Okay, let's try this now. 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. more time. Okay. So meow. Yes, you're a meowing time surprise. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Oh, meow. But Daddy knows and Daddy loves. Have you forgotten about the knowledge and the love? Have you? What? Okay. I could probably work with that guitar track. I could try one more with the EQ done a little differently. Mute that one and try one more with the EQ done different. Two, 3, 4. Freaking hell. Once again, start this over. Alright. Back here. On the thing. Shush, kitty, I'm not looking at you right now. Okay. Here we go. like these could go a little bit further this way. This is all off. What? Let's see. Okay. With those two guitar parts, I can make something that will work fine. This is going to take a lot of editing. Do I want to get involved in that kind of editing right now? Maybe. Probably in the stream then at this point. Because it's very dull for everybody. Understandably. So, okay, I'm going to wrap this up now. I'm going to work on this a little bit and see if I can get it, actually get some music worked on. That'd be nice. See you later. Bye.